Well, we'll go ahead and get started now that our guest of honor has arrived. I'm John Mark Hogue, and I have the dubious distinction of being the Mayor Pro Tem of San Angelo. And Drew was going to be here. Of course, he's here by telephone right now, but and we'll be calling on him in just a moment. But unfortunately, he didn't have the success that Mr. Junell did when he was state representative, not have to go to too many special sessions, and he's back down in Austin right now. So I would like to make a few introductions of some of our very honored guests. But here, of course, Rob Junell is here, along with his lovely wife, Beverly. Welcome. And of course, everyone in the room here today is a very important person and special, I know, to both Rob and Beverly, but I would like to recognize a few of our elected officials and community officials here. Of course, we have the Honorable Marilyn Boosie is here with us today as well. We have Judge Mike Brown. County Commissioner Aubrey DeCordova is here. County Commissioner Richard Easingwood. And my fellow council member Dwayne Morrison is here as well. We also have our former Mayor Johnny Fender, former City Manager Stephen Brown, School Superintendent Caroline Bonds. We have Leanne Bird here, the Provost from Howard College, and we have, of course, our current City Manager Harold Dominguez here with us. We can give them a round of applause. I want to thank them all for the service, following in the example that Rob set for us here in serving the community of San Angelo. I would like to introduce our current state representative, Drew Darby, at this time. Of course, Drew has just finished his second term, his second session as our representative, and of course, everyone knows he's done an outstanding job here representing us, both in his first term doing amazing things with the move of ASU into the Texas Tech system and continuing that representation, fighting for us in West Texas and in San Angelo here in Austin. So I would like to introduce Drew Darby and turn it over to him at this time.
John Mark, I hope everybody can hear me. I noticed the Honorable Judge Junell arrived, and like John Mark said, the judge is always on time. And I want to tell all guests that I had much rather be with you today on the banks of the Concho River than be with the rest of my fellow representatives and senators down here on the banks of the Colorado River. I do want to say that I hope this is a special day on behalf of Judge Junell. He has meant an awful lot to the people of San Angelo and the Concho Valley, and certainly to the state of Texas. This occasion today was motivated by Wade Cho. Wade and I happen to go to Mr. T's occasionally and have breakfast, and for a period of time there, Wade Cho, every time I walked in the door, would say, Drew, we need to name something after Rob because of his outstanding service to our community. And so after a period of weeks and months, we didn't have another prison built. Rob, the best we could do is the overpass, which signifies your outstanding and dedicated leadership for infrastructure, not only in our part of the state, but throughout the state of Texas. I think it is a fitting tribute to your many years of service in the legislature and the work that you did in the appropriations process and finding funds and revenues for our area. And I know that East-West Thruway, that coupled with the Bryant Thruway system, have added connectivity and mobility that has continued for the growth of San Angelo. I noticed in the census figures just recently released that San Angelo has experienced growth in population just over the last several years. And I happen to think that that's due in a large part to our ability to get around our city and attract businesses to our community. So I can remember when Judge Junell and I were just two young men trying to work out at Bobcat Stadium and trying to make a football team. And his career and my career have often paralleled one with another, and he continues to be a mentor and a source of information to me daily. I know as late as May. I managed to contact him just before he was about to fall a mountain in Alaska, and I asked him what his thoughts were. We were trying to get more money for our railroad, South Orient Rail Line, and so he and I collaborated on some ideas on how we might make that happen, and I think he made some phone calls on behalf. So it takes a lot of people working together to make West Texas the place that we all want to live and work, raise our families, and have a job. So Rob, there are a lot of people in that room that work diligently to make this happen. I can't go into all of them, but let me single out a few. Obviously, TxDOT, Walter McCullough have been most cooperative to cue us in as to the process of how we get a road or an expressway or an overpass dedicated on behalf of an individual. I certainly want to thank the city of San Angelo for using their resources to make it happen. Jack Albert, Reese Albert Inc., giving resources for that regard, Chamber of Commerce. There are just so many that deserve credit that I hope they make. We all make this a special day on your behalf, because this overpass is simply emblematic of your dedicated service to our community and to West Texas. And for that, I want to thank it. I want to thank my wife Teresa, who I hope is in the audience there, who is going to read a prepared statement on my behalf later today, and I anticipate that to be done out in the hot sun on a busy expressway. But thank her for doing that also on my behalf. Again, I wish I was there. The governor felt as though we needed to be here trying to wrap up some unfinished business. I will say that we did approve out of the House the transportation bonds, $2 billion of transportation bonds today, along with the safety net for the state agencies. So we're still arguing about CDA agreements, but certainly I hope to be back in the community after the special session. And again, I apologize to you, Rob, and to your family for not being able to personally be there and be a part of this. But my sincere gratitude and appreciation goes out to you and your family for the sacrifice that I know very well that you and your family have made on behalf of West Texas in your service to our community and to the state of Texas. And on behalf of Clarissa and I, we thank you and we appreciate bringing your friends.